TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac. Today's lesson and meditation will be taken from Wisdom of the Zodiac by Torkom Saraydarian, Volume 4. And we will discuss and read and share from Chapter 31, titled Aquarius Conscious Change. I love this chapter, and it really brings home to me, and I hope to you, the need for systemic change to remove the hindrances in our life and go forward in a new way in this new year. So what I'd like to do is read a couple of paragraphs and then explain some of my insights to you and then do a guided meditation at the end. So my chapter starts on page 373, chapter 31. Let me read that bottom paragraph for you for a minute. It is very good to take your mind off your businesses, losses, defeats, victories, and failures, and sometimes think in cosmic terms, because that is the reality, the path where we are going to go. Isn't this true? We've been through so much in 2020 and the start of 2021. It's time for us to just, for a few minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, take our mind off of that and think of the big path that we're on. The big reality. Everything else is keeping us in the level that we are. Isn't that true? We just go through a cycle, read the news, look at the social media, and we keep cycling and recycling the same traumas, the same problems, the same opinions. But this is bringing us to a new realization, something to a new level. And if we stay in that level, our mind does not change, our life does not change. If we do not look to the higher entities, beings, spirits, and realities, we remain as we are. And we don't want to remain as we are. I don't think any of us want to have that, being prisoners of the planet, prisoners of our bodies, prisoners of our defeat and victory. Imagine how even in victory, we can be prisoners. And we run after our tails, age after age, remaining the same people. So this is a call that's really important, that in Aquarius, in order to heed the internal wisdom of the age of Aquarius, we need to take our minds off of our businesses and our traumas and problems and news and look at the reality, the real future of our life, so that we do not remain prisoners of our life. Now, a little bit later on that page 374, says this energy of Aquarius comes and causes or provides opportunity for you to change yourself. Okay, change is an important word here, so make sure you note that down and see if you can meditate on what that word means to you. When we say change, it is not like the definition taken from dictionaries. Change means to improve toward your cosmic destination. So you're going to look at change in terms of the eternal. What changes do I need to make in my life so that eternally there's a shift in me? Okay? Cosmic destination, toward the purpose of your life. What is the purpose of my life? That is a big question. Consider what is the purpose of all of life: to evolve, to become better, to transcend the limitations, to adjust yourself to great ideals and principles and standards of the universe. That is change. So we are going to adjust ourselves to the great ideals. So we all know what those great ideals are. Now, do we really live those ideals? And if not, what do we need to do to adjust ourselves to those new ideals? That means the things that we do, physically, emotionally, mentally, on deep spiritual levels, have to change in order to fit the ideals that we espouse. He says, in change, you are expanding, you are transforming, you are perfecting yourself. You are having greater connections and communication with the universe, and you are improving your understanding and your creativity in the world. That is the change. So when we make a change, it's not just a minute change that then changes back the next day. It's not one day we meditate and then we don't for the next 5 days. This is a systemic change where when we make these needed changes in our life, everything in our life changes. Look at this: great communication, improve your understanding, improve your creativity, your service, your attitude about life. In every step of change, you are closer to greater harmony, greater assimilation of energies, greater creativity. That is the change we are talking about. So this is an important concept for us to really internalize and not say, sure, I know about change, I'll change. No, this is talking about systemic change, systemic reknitting of our life to see where we dropped off some knitting. I like to knit. And I remember when I was learning when I was a young girl, where my mom would say, you dropped a little knit and that will make a hole in the fabric. So I thought of this when I was studying this chapter, and I thought, how many little holes have we left in our life that we need to go back and re-knit and re-synthesize so that we can go to a greater universe, have communication with the greater universe, with the souls that we truly are. On the next page, 375, this one sentence, it's so beautiful. Once you are challenged, you start changing. Here's the key. Once you are challenged, you start changing. So change doesn't happen when we are having a great time in our life. Everything is wonderful. Everything is going our way. No, when we are challenged for greater service, for greater beingness, for greater courage, for greater strength, that's when your soul is saying, time to change, to step up to the needs of the time. This is so beautiful. Let's look at this paragraph on page 376. There are two kinds of change. One change is unconscious. Life forces you to change. Others force you to change. The economy forces you to change. Hunger, for example, homelessness, loss of life, all of these force us to change, but those are temporary. They're not total internal improvement. But there is another kind of change that happens, that when you are really challenged and you say, how can I meet this challenge? Now look at the kinds of things that challenge us. And you can add to this from your life. Page 377 it says, disaster causes change. Are we facing disaster? Yes. And how has that caused us to change? And how many people have rebelled against that disaster and said, it has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to change. We're talking about the pandemic, right? How many millions of people have to die, have to get sick before people understand that this disaster is forcing us to make a change? How change? How we see each other, how we protect each other, how we live our lives, how we keep our sanity and love and joy in our life, even when we don't see our loved ones. So look at the way disasters in your life have caused changes. The next one is the need causes change. The need causes change. For example, if you're a young mother, a young father, the need of your new children will cause a change in your life. Total dramatic change. So look at what is the need in your life right now that is forcing you, compelling you to say, I've got to change. Vision causes change. Of course, I've seen that. My vision for TSG has grown, and with it have come the demands for me to change for inside out, the way I work, the way I teach, the way I do anything. Our vision seems easy. I want to do this, I want to do that. But if you really take it seriously and take it to its end, you will see how it's going to compel you to make a permanent change. Calls from higher realms make you change yourself. Have you experienced that, where you'll have a dream, you'll have an insight, you'll have a feeling that's something you need to do, and that makes you change yourself, makes you change the trajectory of your life. This has happened to me many times, and I think back on them and think, yes, that's true. You change yourself when you see that difficulties are increasing. We better do that. When difficulties increase and we stay in our old ways, we get resentful, We lose our consciousness. We lose our sanity, and sanitary thinking. We lose our logical and sequential thinking. And unless you shape yourself, you are going to be figuratively drowned in what? Sadness and grief, regret, and all the pains of our lives. So change has to be made. And how are those changes going to be made? And I made a list that have worked for me, and I'd like to share them with you and see if any of these make any sense to you. The first one I wrote is healthy habits. Healthy daily habits, physically, emotionally, mentally, that really sustain you. That is so important because your physical, emotional, mental bodies are the structure in which you live and you express yourself. They have to be healthy. Do your best in that. Second, I want to say professional guidance. Sometimes we need a little bit of professional guidance, and that will help us to identify areas that need a little work. For example, where do we need to express forgiveness? Where do we need to express gratitude? Where do you need to let go? Where do we need to bring back into our life? So this kind of professional guidance really helps us. The next thing that I absolutely love is the joy and healing work. Whether you take that book, Joy and Healing, and read one page, I'm telling you, it'll help you look at life differently. Or you take the 18-month course, you struggle with it. It is a struggle, but that challenge makes you see the joys that you are born with, and that will heal you. Now, the next one that I think is important, real, sustained, daily seed thought meditation. We have many books on that, and you can consult them and learn. The 3 volumes on meditation are excellent for helping you on how to do seed thought meditation. Fourth, I'd like to express that you become a part of a group that studies and challenges you and uplifts you to change yourself to become the real you. And last, study the real teaching daily. Daily 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You take a book, you open it, you read it, you ponder on it, and you'll see how slowly through the years, your life will start changing in reality, not just in words. Now, let me read that last paragraph to leave us with before we do our meditation, page 379. Bring changes to humanity. If not us, then who? When we learn, when we become enlightened and wise about the teaching, we need to share it. Share these because it helps people. You'll never know where your little kindness, your little words of sharing and helping humanity uplifts others and how it changes their life. Instead of loading people, take their load away. And there are many ways to do that. That is change. Instead of spreading fear and terror, wow, look at that. Instead of spreading fear and terror, which is done every day, can we do something different? Spread love, beauty, goodness, righteousness, and I would add joy. Spread truth, scientific thinking. These are so important. Instead of putting all these obnoxious programs into our television, educate us. Give things that will make us happy, will expand our consciousness. What are you doing? He asks. Change. Okay. Wow. I love it. The age of Aquarius means change. It means doing things in a way that is different from the way it was done. The energies of the universe are pointing us toward that. Great changes are on the way, and so is great destruction. So we need to take our message from the teaching and start changing systemically in our life. Okay, that is just a small portion of what this chapter is about. I hope that you read it, and it is very, very important. I'm just looking at this last paragraph on page 384. Let me read that. The glamours of Aquarius are totalitarianism, separatism, and materialism. Those are the glamours of Aquarius. Aquarius is coming to destroy them. If you are an Aquarian, that is your month. Destroy these 3 things from your consciousness so you can soar, okay? And see how we are totalitarian, separative, and materialistic, and how we can change those. Okay, so let's go to our meditation. Sit in a relaxed and beautiful, joyful way and close your eyes and have a smile on your face. And clear your mind from all worries. This is not the time to be worried. Visualize a 5-pointed star at the top of your head, a diamond star. Take your time and form a 5-pointed star above your head. A few feet above your head. Feel that that star is receiving energy from the constellation of Aquarius. Take a minute, constellation. The star receives it, and you are feeling a golden stream of light hitting the diamond and going all over your body. Healing, revitalizing, and regenerating you. Just let that work happen with no attention to any particular part of your body. Let it bathe you. Feel that golden light is circulating in your whole body. Remember to keep your chin down. Don't let it float up. Now, in that golden light, make one decision about what to change in your life so that you are more beautiful, stronger, happier, and on the way toward your perfection. See what you can change, one thing, and then how you are going to change it. Do not have any fear. Don't let any fear interfere. Why are you going to change it? Explain it to yourself. Why am I going to change this one item? Now visualize that 5-pointed star rising up 3 feet above your head. See it rise up and filling your aura with diamond light that is violet and gold. That is the beautiful pranic energy coming from the sun and from the earth and energizing you. Fill your entire aura with those colors. Feel happy, relaxed, and decide that you can indeed change yourself. Let us say 3 ohms, and with each one, extend that violet and golden energy out to the planet itself. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you share these beautiful videos with others and read these beautiful books, Wisdom of the Zodiac. I want to thank you for your participation and your continued support to all our efforts. Bye for now.